Okay, hi there everybody. Um, here goes episode 2. I've actually got the City Challenge document pulled up today so that I can look at it on my secondary monitor while we're doing this so that I know when I've hit, some sort of a limit so that I don't end up doing a whole bunch of extra stuff without moving on to the next stage when I'm capable of doing so. I guess today, primarily what I want to do is gather up a whole bunch of wood, and I want to get my house built the way it needs to be, rather than just the way it is now, which doesn't fit the requirements for moving on. Just gotta go here. So let's get a couple of axes. Go across our little river here and start getting some trees. I won't make you guys sit through all of this, so I'll end up cutting the video and I'll be back once I've gathered up a couple of stacks worth of wood. Okay, well that should do it. I broke both of those axes doing all of this, so I may as well stop there. I didn't quite get 2 stacks, but I'm only a couple of blocks short, so not a big deal. Okay, so let's see. I want to dig out the dirt and crap that I put around the bottom of the house, and then I want to expand it. Once I get back outside, I'll have to look to see exactly which direction I should move in. There we go. Gets rid of all the dirt before I bother putting any more of the wood down I want to see. Okay, so got a little room to go here. Bunch of room here, as long as I'm okay with altering the dimensions of the house, and I definitely am, so. Let's see. Build out the wall kind of funny. Don't need to be able to walk right next to it, I suppose. Yeah, it should be big enough. I'm going to make another axe so that cutting out those walls doesn't take anywhere near as much time as it could. You never really think about how easy the game is once you've got certain specific things. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but at least when I play Minecraft on a new map or a new server that I haven't been on before or whatever it might be, the first thing I do is get, a dozen or so wood, and then turn those into planks, and some of that into sticks, make a wooden pickaxe, and just a wooden pickaxe, grab 12 or so stone, along with whatever coal I can find before that pick breaks, and then just let that be the end of it. Like, beyond that, I don't ever use wooden tools, because they kind of suck, but I suppose that could just be me. Maybe other people play it and depend on the wooden tools a lot more. So this construction challenge is actually a little odd to me because yeah, it's my roof. I can leave that alone. So I'm utilizing tools and stuff that I usually would completely ignore. How is it already getting nighttime? I guess I spent longer doing them. Cutting down all those trees than I thought I did. It's okay though. My walls and such are up, so it's just a matter of filling the roof back in and throwing up a couple of extra torches. And I'm starving. Lovely. this out of the way so that I can fix the wall. Hopefully my wheat won't take too much longer so that I can, you know, start having some actual food. So, I'll definitely end up adding in some windows and such, but I don't have any sand yet, and I haven't seen a heck of a lot of it. There's a little bit as beaches or whatnot down on the edges of the river, I suppose, so... There, that's much better. Okay, so now what I will have to do is make a bedroom area, which... I'm trying to think, I guess I'll cut it off right here, actually. There. Then this back here will be my bedroom. Okay, good. It didn't actually kill me. For a second, I thought something was up, because I guess I thought that when you're on... I am on normal, right? Yeah. I thought that when you were on normal, you only would lose up to 5 hearts if you were undamaged when you started to starve. Doesn't really matter either way. I still need to get it taken care of. I mean, I've got lots of food, but I'd kind of rather not eat the raw meat and risk getting poisoned. And there, I finally have a helmet, so I can go down into those caves. That'll be another next step. I don't have much more coal. So, I'll need to gather up some more of that. There's a door for the bedroom. Can't put the bed against the inner wall. Maybe I'll put it there, I guess. Sure. I may end up changing the dimensions of the house at least a little bit once I get stuff put together. Oh, that's another thing I want to do. I want to make a pressure plate. I always like putting a pressure plate right behind my front door so that I don't have to worry about forgetting to shut it and then either being woken up in the middle of the night with something attacking me or having something come wandering in that I wouldn't want inside. You know, even just an animal. It's still a pain if I've got to chase it down in my house and kill it. And I'll dig all this out so I could put in a floor. I shouldn't put that door in place yet. Wooden tools break so easily. It's kind of ridiculous. When I get a hold of some nice wool, or like a nice amount of it, since you don't really need a lot of wool once you've got a bed, I'll end up putting in a little flooring of some type, you know, dye it with something, once I found something to dye it with. I know that's one of the things that I'm supposed to do at some point along the city challenge. It's, I don't know, the next stage, or 2 stages up probably. I think I have to start setting up things like a cactus farm and a few other odds and ends, so I figure I'll make a little... Because I think it's... You've technically got to set up a city gardens, is I think the way it's worded. And that's certainly something that I would like to do. So it'll just be a matter of exactly what I do with it. It'll be nice if I can make a section of it that would be, you know, specifically usable for bone mealing the grass to put... You know what, I'm going to extend this wall out. Bone mealing the grass to put... To get flowers and such. And the seeds I won't really care about. I mean, I've already got a little wheat farm started, and you always end up with more seeds from that than is strictly necessary after a little while. Round off this corner. There we go. There, that's better, I suppose. Put the bed back down. Put that down here. There, so the bedroom's taken care of. And I'll put that pressure plate down in front of the door. Perfect. And, okay, so let's check the list. In order to advance to the next stage, you must own at least one dwelling to live in, made from any material allowed, and it must be safe to sleep in. I have to have one stack of 64 planks or 16 wood per person participating, which I've definitely got that. 5 items of edible food per person, so 5 pork chocks, 5 bread, some mixture of that, which I technically have, except it's not cooked. I guess I'm going to take that to mean it's got to be cooked food, so looks like I'm going to have to wait until I can get, it's like 15 wheat, I guess will be the total, before I can move on to that stage. But let's see, the dwelling must contain a front door, check. Living area, check. Bedroom with a bed per person participating, must be in a separate room with a door or on a separate floor. I'll probably end up moving it onto a second floor at some point later on once I make the house bigger, but I don't really like to make really huge houses out of wood just because there's too much of a chance that you're going to have an errant creeper come by and blow it to crap, or that it'll get struck by lightning, or you'll just make some stupid mistake while you're doing stuff and end up damaging it or destroying it. And wood's a pain in the ass because it just spreads and the whole thing ends up in trouble. I'd much rather wait to build a bigger house or a nicer house until until I've moved on to the next stage so that I have access to stone and cobble. Let's see. The only other requirement is a fenced-off or otherwise protected working wheat farm that must have at least 5 wheat per person participating, and I'm pretty sure mine's got 7 in it, so that should be good to go. So really, the only thing I'm missing at this point is the food, and that's mostly just going to take time. Oh, crap, creeper outside. Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, let me sleep through the night, and then I'll actually cut it, because if really the only other thing I'm missing is wheat, then I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch while I go and do that, so just give me a couple of minutes. I mean, I'll be, from your point of view, I'll be right back. Just struck me, it's morning time, but you guys probably want to see me dealing with this creeper. So I'm actually going to go out the side of the house and loop around a little bit. Nope. And here it comes. Come on, little creeper. I like this texture pack, but I don't like the way the creepers look on it. They just look too silly, like little toys or something, like stuffed animals. There we go. Okay, well that took care of that, so, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, that should be good. I managed to go through a night and day cycle, and found a bunch of bones left by skeletons after they burned up. I've got 7 wheat so far, so I should just need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying not to kill the other things I've got. Puts me up to 14, so I guess I need 1 more still. There we go. Throw some seeds back down, because I'm certainly going to need more. But that should have it done. So it's 15, so let me go make some bread with it. And it should be good to move on to the next stage, I think. I'm going to double check the list one more time, but there we go. That's 5 bread. So let's see. The list required stack of 64 planks, 5 items of edible food, and the house and the wheat farm, all of which I have. So that means I am officially done with Stage 1 Foundations, and can move on to the next stage of the City Construction Challenge, which is Stage 2, Building on Foundations. The little quote at the beginning of it is, "Let us build upon what we have begun." The new restrictions are that I may use only wooden or stone tools. I cannot use any iron collected for any reason, however I can smelt it if I do mine it. I may only use items with ingredients that can be gathered with the allowed tools or my hands, so no iron items, as stated above. Requirements to advance. This time I'm going to need everything from the previous stage, so I basically just need to not blow up my house or my wheat farm. At least 1 stone or cobble structure must be constructed. A town hall must be constructed, which has to contain a front door, a meeting room, a town treasury, and at least one other room which can be empty for now. The treasury itself has to contain a stack of cobble or stone per player and 10 items of edible food per player. And it also has to contain one each of all of the stone tools, so a sword, pickaxe, shovel, axe, and hoe, a stack of 64 torches, and a leather helmet, as well as I have to have paths linking the town hall to each house. So basically, this is where I actually start setting up the city itself, whatever structure I choose to have with it. And so I'm going to start laying out streets and that type of stuff. Let me eat now to begin with, because I would very much like to not be starving to death. Should bring my health back up. And the first thing I am going to go do, I think I had 3 cobblestone here. Now that I'm allowed to use it, I will turn it into a pick. And since I have my helmet, whoops, I can put on. Oh, look out, Mr. Pig. I'm going to go and explore this little cave over here. Now that I'm allowed to use the stone that I'll be able to get out of it. Now again, the restriction on the helmet is just that I have to be wearing it while I'm underground, and if for any reason I lose the helmet, take damage and it gets destroyed or whatever, I have to immediately leave whatever mine area I'm in, underground area I might be in, by whatever the quickest means possible. So basically just climbing straight out. And I'm not allowed to pick up any other resources on the way out. Whoa! Ah, crap, and I never did make myself another. Okay, let me go back and make myself another sword. And maybe that skeleton will even burn up while I'm doing it. I don't actually need to kill it. So, stone sword. And we'll go back down. Guy hit me. I already damaged my mining helmet. And I definitely don't have enough leather to make a new one yet. I've got 2 or 3 pieces, but not enough. Excellent. Some more arrows and some more bones. Top of my priority list at the moment is I want to finish the more or less necessary furnishings of my house, which in my mind is primarily just my furnace. Ah, crap. Goodness. Okay, so where is my torches? I'm going to light this little room up to begin with. Doesn't look like anything could terribly easily come from down there, but little dungeon ambiance. That means I'll find a dungeon that you guys get to watch me go after. I just want to do a little bit of mining here so I can make myself a bunch of stone tools and have some cobble to start building with, because I'm not going to worry about the house for now, not until I got the town hall completed, because the house is fine the way it is. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I'll likely do much more expansion on it later. But at least for now, I want to start working on that next stage of the challenge, so I need to get the... Oh. Need to get that town hall started. So we'll break this up. And it doesn't specifically say, but given that I have to have a cobblestone or stone structure, I imagine that that can kind of tie in with the requirement of having a town hall, so I can build the town hall as a stone or cobblestone structure and have that count to meet the requirement for the next stage. So I guess that's my plan so far. I'll make a nice big town hall building somewhere, one of the other hills nearby, I suppose. And I definitely want that coal before I leave here, because it will be very useful to have. I want to be able to cook all that meat that I gathered earlier. I've got, I don't know what, upwards of 20 pieces between the, maybe even more, between the pig and the beef. Well, I'm not entirely sure what else you guys would want to see other than just me doing what's required for the challenge. I'm going to try to do some fairly interesting builds and come up with some fun things to do. And I'll certainly do some dungeon diving if I find a stronghold or a mine or anything like that. I'll definitely spend some time exploring that and seeing what I can find on the little multiplayer server that I've run. I've gone into a couple of different, we've used a whole bunch of maps. They were changing the world generation so much, notching them over the course of the last month and a half or so, that it felt like every 3 or 4 days we were starting a new map just to make sure we weren't missing out on any of the new stuff between 1.8 and then all the pre-releases. Well, I guess only the first pre-release for 1.9 changed the world generation at all, I think. But still, we made sure to keep that. We hadn't seen any strongholds, and then they changed it so that instead of it only being 1 to a world, it's 3. And I know there's now a way of finding them, but I haven't seen any Endermen yet. So later, once we've built some stuff up and have the ability to go after some things, I will hopefully gather up enough Ender Pearls, and I definitely plan on making a portal to the Nether at some point. I'm pretty sure it's another thing that I'll be required to do as part of the challenge at some point, is to make another portal. I'm not positive, but I think so. So, let's go in here and make ourselves... Oh good, I got like a stack and a half. Make a nice furnace. Plunk it down there, and I can start cooking if I can pull out. I'll just do the beef for now. There. And sorry, Mr. Pig, I heard you around here somewhere. There you are. But now that I can eat you, now that I can cook you, when I find you, I won't be able to leave you alive. Oh! There's some sugarcane over there. I'm gonna swim my way across. I'm gonna want sugarcane at some point. I know I need to build a library later on, and I like having little bookcases anyway, just for decorative purposes. I'll put some in my bedroom and stuff. As well pick up the sugarcane, I'll drag it back over there and put it against the shore near me. Looks like it must be a tundra biome way off in the distance. I apologize for the condition of some of the last video. I know that there were a few sections that got really dark, especially, dusk this time during the day cycle, and... Ooh, I'm already hearing monsters. So, I just didn't realize it was gonna be that dark. It shows a different... The preview that I can see on my system, or even when I watch the file after I have it fully rendered, looks very different than, from a brightness standpoint, than how it actually shows up once it's been uploaded to YouTube. So I will do my darndest to keep that in mind and try to brighten any videos at least a little bit from now on. That way I can make sure that you guys are able to see everything. For anybody who might be wondering, I have the software I'm using is... Oh, there's an Enderman. I'll leave him alone for now, though. Actually, no, you know what? I am going to go after him. Ooh, zombie. Zombies are significantly less useful now that they don't drop feathers. One good thing to get out of them is the experience orbs at this point. But, okay, so... I don't even remember what I was saying at this point. Die, Mr. Enderman. Oh, where'd you go? I found it extremely difficult to fight them now because they disappear constantly. There we go. I think I got him. Oh, looks like he tried to teleport away just as he died. And it looks like he dropped a pearl. Excellent. Whoop, it fell. There we go. Did I get a pearl? No, it must have just been experience. Something else down here. A couple of something else's. They're shifting, though, so they must be experience orbs. No pearl. Oh, well. And stupid me, I didn't take off my helmet before I tried doing any of that, so... My helmet's already almost completely broken. That's not good. I guess I'll have to go spend some time hunting down some cows so that I can get some more of that. Let's put that in there. I have the iron ore, but unless I find like a good stockpile of coal, I'm not going to bother smelting it for now. Since I can't use it, no sense in spending the coal at this point. So, let's just sleep through this. Well, it just struck me how long this video is probably getting to be, so I will actually cut it here after having woken up. And so this is where we'll pick up next time. Thanks a lot, guys.